Numerology. It's a type of language that was considered by different civilizations over the time with their respective branch and differentiations, such as the Pythagorean, the Tantric, Angelic, Kabbalistic, Chinese, Chaldean, and even very contemporary ones like those of Grabovoi, etc. Within this is considered that the people names, their age, their birth date, the others, where they live, and even the name of the business have their own vibration. And we talk about vibration, we are talking about energies. But how is possible that a name has its own numerology? It's because each letter of the alphabet is assigned a value, so depending on the letter and the length of the name, it has a specific value. But what is important vibration in the number of a name have? A lot. Because it can indicate strong characteristic in the development of the person's life and tendency towards certain habits and behaviors, as well as the name given to the business and projects. All true on the physical plane, it may sound very nice. If the sum of the letter gives certain vibration that is not the best possible, it's a very likely that the life of that inhibitor is already practically doomed from the beginning, full of problems and difficulties in advancing and growing. That is a little secret why some companies have managed to stay afloat for centuries despite of the wars and economic crisis unwavering. And what is about the people? Depending on the branch one used to analyze the numerology of the person, different aspects on the individual can be obtained, but let's use a simple example. When buy a product, it has a barcode printed on it. This is, although it a sea of numbers, contains with it when it's produced, the time and the date, the lot is belong to, its price, and another characteristic. This compared to a person will be their birth date and even the time, which is can very useful. From all of this, it can be broken down how their internal and external characteristics will be, their behavior in relation to the different aspects of their life, things they carry with them from another life, and even their current life missions, characteristics that are more than important to know about oneself in order to better understand oneself and relate better to the environment around us. It is also used to be the universe to communicate with us in a very subtle ways. Not everyone knows or prepared to channel a message directly. Some might be completely scared if they hear voice within themselves or see images. So, in this way, the universe, through numbers, sends us signals. They are also very commonly used by angels, especially the guardian angels. Let's see some examples. You might see some numbers that catch your attentions, even though you don't understand them. Written on the clock when you look at the time, the license plate of the vehicle as a supermarket receipt, or the total amount when paying for a meal on a restaurant, the number of the house when you pass by while walking, and even the days. But how can the date of the days affect the people? Each day has its own vibration, and this is obtained by summing all the digits. For example, 22 2025 has the vibration 1 plus 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, 20, which in a tantric numerology will be translated as 2, since in almost all numerology numbers are reduced to a single digit, except for a master numbers 11, 22, and 33. The vibration of this day will already indicate, remember the 2, indicate an excellent day to work in a group or share with a partner. Can it be used to create balance or harmony between a relationship or a project? Or it can use the energy of diplomacy to resolve conflict between third parties as mediators, since the number 2 is in the middle of the 1 of the 3, which could interpret to ones and another's. With an even stronger influence, we find the portals, which are the days have merely repeat numbers on their date, which I have already discussed in another post or video called energetic portals. It could be 0303 or 55, or the most powerful of all, the portal 1111, where the difference between the material plane can you touch and the energetic or ethereal plane is very subtle, and among other applications, meditations can be done to receive information from the cosmos, like someone updating their device. We also do this with the portals. Although there are differences between numerology studies from different civilizations, there are characteristics that are similar across all of them. And it is from this that I will share with you below. So when you see them, you can interpret and use them daily, as which them you will improve your understanding with the universe and how it's work. Let's start with the master numbers. These numbers are 11, 22, and 33. These numbers are among the most powerful that exist, and explain simple. They could indicate to us, in general, when we see them, we are connected with the universe. What we ask for is already being heard. This means that when we make a personal request and see the time or in a ticket 1111, it's already begin to take shape. When we see 2222, it's a halfway to manifesting, and 3333 is a confirmation that it's a concluding its creation in the vibrational ethereal plane to materialize in the physical plane at any moment. Understanding as a primary rule that the more time the number is repeated, the more its energetic power is multiplied. That is to say, if I make a wish and see the time as 1100, The 11 indicates that it's already on its way, but the 00 means that it's still uncertain what will happen. Why? Understand the 0 as something undefined, not concrete, and referring to the both internal and external factor, meaning or insistence or what we ask for, the degree of faith we have that will happen, and externally the real possibility of there it can be happen, and even the energy of the people involved if we spoke about with them. For this reason, understand, I personally completely advise against talking to others about our dreams, goals, and objectives until are manifest and can no longer be altered. Now, if one we ask for show us 11, it means that the request is on its way, multiplied by 4 times its energy or progress. Simply put, it's not the same to see 1 as 11 or 111 or finally 1111. It's change. In general terms, you can assign a word for each number from 0 to 9, representing an action or idea, and this will be 0, undefined with uncertain trajectory, 1, the beginning, 2, its own way, 3, the concretion, 4, connection with the earth, 5, movement, 6, spirituality, 7, perfection, 8, strength, 9, knowledge, wisdom. From this very simple example can be derived. If I'm about to move or buy a house and see the number 4 everywhere, it indicates that this place will be appropriate, and if I see the number 5, it will indicate that there is a movement in some aspect of my life. If the multiple repeats, for example, when you pay for the product 5 and 55, it could be indicating a strong change, whether in the relationship, work, finances. Pay attention to the signal to be cautious. I will leave a guide of numbers I've used over the years with the very accurate messages, indicating different messages or concrete situations that will always manifest either for me or for the people in my environment. We have applied this insight effectively. Understand that it's not something personal. The numerology is a universal language, so it's valid for everyone. Remember that these numbers do not only refer to time on a clock, but also to price, to product, to science, etc. So, 0000, end of a stage. We must restart of life. We are currently wasting time. 0808 indicate financial crisis. 1212 destiny signal to move forward on a path and dare to make more decisions. 1414 1441 14141 or 14114. That these numbers means review the state of body health. Different to 1433 urgently review your body health. 15, 15, 69, 69. Avoid entering conflict that provide no value. 16, 16. Remove resistance. Let things fall apart. 17, 17. Don't lose hope. Have patience for a new dawn. 18, 18. Pay attention to the subtle. The universe is trying to communicate through it. 19, 19. Recover the joy of living. 21, 12. Stop focus on the negative things. 21, 21. Success in projects. 22, 22. If you want something big in your life, you must bet on it. Take more risk. 22, 14, 4. Calm down. Don't rush to make decisions. 23, 23. We must be aware of we are keeping silent. Everything we are not daring to say. General rule. Remember, when see a number repeat many times, just stick with the first 3 digits, meaning 999, 9999. Just interpret 999. All of this is in your hands. It's available to you. And once you reach these words, you can either ignore them completely or start using them. It is up to you to see the signs and flow, and let yourself to be accompanied. Let yourself to be advised, or think that the numbers are only used in this world to add and subtract, or to check the time on a clock.